2019. What a year. So there you have it. That's my 2019. Hope you enjoyed the ride. So what's next? So what I'm going to share with you in this video is 5 things that I learned as my first year as a filmmaker, and hopefully this information can be passed on, and you can learn what I've learned and say go forth on your journey for being a filmmaker. If you haven't already started, or if you've just started, or you're already a filmmaker, maybe what I've learned can help you out and progress into 2020. So number 1 is story. When I first started filmmaking, I picked up a GoPro. I just took a video camera out, took a GoPro out and started recording. Put some music together with it. And that was my interpretation of filmmaking. No context, no story. Put music to it, edit it, stick it on YouTube. This is where I was wondering why I was getting 10, 15, 20 views at most. So what I've learned there is story is critical to being a filmmaker. You need to have a start, a middle and an end. So whatever that is, you need them three. Them three are critical to be a filmmaker, and I didn't have them personally in my early films. We'll go to a video now and I can show you what exactly I mean. So what you can see here is I've just dog's out the car and he's just following the camera. There's not really any context to the video. I'm just chasing my dog. Even though he's incredibly cute, it's kind of not really got anything to it. It's just me following a dog with a camera, and this is a monument which has no structure or anything or any context to the story. Shoes on the ground again. This hasn't really got anything to do with the story. It's not really telling the viewer anything. So you're going panning up to what's that? No one knows what it is. Again, trees, and it has nothing to do with the story. And then this just carries on until the end, and it's got everything in the middle. And then we open the car door and the dog jumps in. So it's very unprofessional. I've got a messy back of the car. But that's the first video, and that's the story that I was telling you about. That was one of the first videos I did when I didn't really understand the filmmaking aspect about telling a story. Yeah, so sound, number 2, sound design. I didn't realise how important this was until probably about 9 months into filmmaking. A lot of my earlier videos were just video content and music and nothing else. And going back, I can see how empty they feel. We'll go to one now, and I'll talk you through how it's missing sound design. And then we'll go to a later one where I found sound design as a crucial part of a video, and you'll see the difference is night and day. So we'll hit that now. So as you can see with this one, this is the snow day one, which was uploaded about 10 months ago, and it's just got music, and you can't really, there's nothing more to it. The crunching of the snow wasn't there, or anything to symbolise movement, and the repetitive music choice. Again, no footsteps. And now we move on to the most recent one, which was uploaded a month ago, and you can hear the birds in the background and the footsteps of me and my dog as we're walking through the leaves, both in the slow motion and when we continue to walk. This is the sound design put in to give the video a bit more body to it, as well as that soundtrack which gives a calming effect. You can still hear the birds in the background, just gives you that feeling that you were in the woods with me, and it just gives it a whole more body to the video. So yeah, that's with and without sound design, so hopefully that helps. Number 3, the right music is again another crucial part of a video. Would I say it's more important than sound design? It's probably on par. If you select the right song, the right music to the video, it can give the video, the film, the event that's happening so much more emotion or feeling to what you're seeing. If I have a video of a love story, so it's two people falling in love, and I have heavy metal with that, it's not going to have the same impact as if you had a piano playing or a violin in the background. It would give you that story a little bit more context and that overall better experience for the viewer, and they can relate, and it'll draw them into the film or the video that they're watching. So number three is very, very important. You need to get the right song, and this is one of the longer parts of filmmaking where you can spend 1, 2, 3 hours trying the right song. I have a subscription to Epidemic Sounds. This isn't a sponsored video, but this is one that I've seen from other creators on YouTube, and I personally think it's one of the better ones on the internet, and they have got hundreds, thousands of songs you can go through, so it's worth sitting through and just finding that perfect song for that perfect video to just make it complete. And as I said, I'll go back to it again, it gives you that overall better viewing experience. Number 4 is kit. But it doesn't matter if you have the best camera, the worst camera, as long as you can get out there and you have a creative mind, you can get out there and you can turn anything into a story. I started off using a Samsung Galaxy Note 8 with just a normal camera settings and a DJI Osmo 2 gimbal. And a GoPro 5. This is all I had as a filmmaker back in January, February, and as the time's gone on, I've upgraded to a Sony A6500 with a Zhiyun Weebill S gimbal. Do I think my filmmaking or my films that I'm making have improved in terms of story? No. I feel like they've improved in terms of professionalism, and the way I edit has got quicker, and the way I present my films have got better, but the overall story is the same because it's still the same creative mind. I'm just using different kit, and you shouldn't get discouraged if you see a YouTuber who's got a £7,000 setup and you're there with a mobile phone. You can go out and you can create something just as good with that device, because it's all with the person holding the camera, not the camera itself. Yes, it is good to upgrade, and a proper mirrorless camera DSLR will give you better image quality and a whole host of different advantages with using a camera with different lenses, the sensor's bigger, overall quality. But today's phones like the iPhone 11 and the Pixel 4 or some of the other Android alternatives have got very, very, very good cameras now and can shoot in 4K. So it's just the way you, going back to number 1, which is the story. As long as you can portray a decent story and you can put everything together, you should still be able to make one of the best films that you can make. It's just a better kit helps you to produce better quality stuff. So, well, I say we'll move on. So, number 5. So, number 5 is something that I've had to learn over the course of 2019 and my first year within filmmaking. And this has been a tough one, and it is persistence and just improving and trying my best to make the best videos I can every time I upload. And as a beginning filmmaker, you are not going to get the thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views, the million views straight away. You need to learn your craft, and it is a craft that needs to be learned. There are so many different factors that you have to put together to become a good filmmaker. I'm by no means a good filmmaker at the moment. I'm still learning. I will be learning for the next probably another 2, 3, 4 years before I can call myself a professional or even amateur at that point. So it's just persistence. You just got to keep uploading, keep making content, and keep pushing it out. There are so many YouTubers who are fantastic to learning how to film, whether this is on a mobile or a mirrorless camera or even a full frame camera. You just got to learn and just put what you've learned onto the screen and just keep uploading. At the beginning I was getting 10, 20 views, but now by no means a big amount of views, but I'm getting over 100 views consistently every time I upload, sometimes 200. And for my first year, going from filming on a GoPro, messing around with a camera, not having a proper mirrorless camera in my hand, to owning one and been doing this for a year, I feel that is a vast improvement. I've gained 36 subscribers over the course of a year, which is being just over 1 subscriber per video, which again, it's not a huge amount, but that lets me know that the content I am pushing out, 1 person in 100 wants to see more, then that's an improvement, and that's where the persistence comes in and you need to stick with it. So you will upload a lot of videos where you feel like that isn't your best, or you don't like it, or it's not going to do well, but it's all part of the learning process. So you're not going to become a Hollywood director, Hollywood filmmaker overnight. This is something that a lot of the YouTubers that you see and a lot of the directors you see have earned and created this for themselves and in their craft to become professional filmmakers. As I said, go back to the learning material. You've got the likes of Cody Blue, Peter McKinnon, Matty Apoya, Donna Did It, Becky and Chris. These are the YouTubers that I used to help me become, you say, a filmmaker, and if I hadn't watched their videos, I wouldn't have been in the position I am now. So if you stick with it, you'll become good or even great filmmaker. It just takes time and persistence, and it's an expensive hobby. You can't do it on the cheap. That's one of the downsides about a filmmaker. You do have to spend money to get the best kit, but you don't need the best kit to make a great film. So I hope you can take that away. And that's rounding off my 5 things that I've learned in 2019 as my first year in filmmaking. Hopefully I can come back next year at the end of 2020 and I've learned 5 more things, and then again in 2021, and I hope I can still learn for the next 10 years, and my videos will get better and better each time you watch a new one, and that's what I strive to be. As long as you've got the willingness to learn and improve, then you can do great. So if you like this video, please drop a like and a subscribe, and I'm going to start trying to do some video tutorials, especially with the stuff that I've learned. I can pass it on to you guys, and you can feedback if it was useful. Leave a comment below if you like this kind of video and if you enjoyed my journey from the videos you saw at the start of the video. And yeah, well, I guess I'll catch you in the next one.